Good morning, everybody. It's Tug here from Twisted Tug Studio. It's early. It's early for me. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. I want to thank Amy. Amy made me a present. I got a little fan mail. She took my Karen Black painting that I did. It's on my Instagram site, and it's also on the Karen Black Instagram site. I think it's Karen Black Forever. I'll hashtag it on the bottom here. And she took the painting I did of Karen Black, and she made a little coffee mug out of it. Look at that. I can drink my... I love Karen Black. She is an amazing actress, was an amazing actress. She's not with us anymore. She died a few years ago. But she did a lot of the 70s cult classics. Probably her most famous one was Burnt Offerings with Bette Davis. Great movie if you haven't seen Burnt Offerings with Bette Davis. Her and her family check into an old house. Under one stipulation, they have to watch the old lady that lives in the attic. And stuff happens. But Karen Black's first movie before that, 1974, I think it was Trilogy of Terror with this guy. Trilogy of Terror was a made-for-TV horror movie, and they had three little mini, I think they were like 25 minutes each, that filled up an hour and a half on TV with the commercials. The last one's the best. Now, they're all good, but the last one is where Karen Black buys her boyfriend, who's an anthropologist, a Zuni fetish doll. This is a replica. These are really hard to get now. I bought this about 15 years ago, and you can't get these now. But I did not make this. This I bought. A Zuni fetish doll, and if she reads a little scroll that it comes with, and if the chain falls off his waist, bad shit happens. And the chain falls off his waist. And it's just, please see it. 1974, Trilogy of Terror, Karen Black. If you want to fast forward for the first two segments, they're all good. If you're a Karen Black fan, watch them all, or 70s horror. But the last one is the Zuni fetish doll that she's most famous for. And that's the painting I did of Karen Black getting attacked by a 1-foot doll. Today, we're going to take a look at, speaking of fan mail, by the way, my shirt. My shirt is from Death List Tees. Thank you, Death List Tees. These guys purchased, remember Taylor the Sailor, the little dead sunken sailor? They took him and they adopted him. I call it horrific adoptions. We'll figure that out. Horrific adoptions, I like. And they sent me a t-shirt. I want to thank them. Thank you very much. Hey, Jason. Today we're going to talk about a little bit about a couple of the dolls that I made this week. People still don't get that these are made. These aren't bought. I'm making these dolls. So what happens is I find old ventriloquist dummies work well. Old dolls work well. I try to keep them shippable sizing. I have a lot of them that are 3 and 4 feet, but people seem to really like the ones that are just kind of average size. This is old. This is a Willie Talk doll from the 70s. He's still, believe it or not, from the 70s. These are easy to get. They're a little pricey sometimes, so I always try to find my bargains. So here's one that I've started to sculpt. This is going to be, I'm doing a serial killer series. I'm so excited. It's so much fun. I have 4 serial killers done. I'm going to kind of unveil them all at the same time. But this is the beginnings of Aileen Wuornos. I don't know if you can see her in there. I might be able to see Aileen. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the clay and I'm going right over the doll's face. I've been getting requests for operational dolls, which means, they can still talk, but it's so hard to do the sculpt over them and then keep the integrity of the moving mouth. I'm just not able to do it as well. I'm going to make a better likeness with just kind of sealing the mouth off. But I'd still make them look like a ventriloquist puppet. These are, like I said, these are just props. You're not going to be able to do any puppet shows with these. So we're working on Aileen Wuornos, and there's about 4 others that I'm ready to put up, so just stay tuned. It's going to be a serial killer summer. Here's one of, let me take Aileen out of here. By the way, if you've never seen the movie Monster, it's about Aileen Wuornos. It's called Monster. It's a few years back. Charlize Theron, believe it or not, plays Aileen Wuornos unbelievably accurately. She gained a little weight. She didn't wear a lot of makeup. She had brown contacts in. And I've seen pictures of Monster when I was Googling pictures to do this doll. I really couldn't tell the difference between Charlize Theron and which ones were really Aileen Wuornos and which ones were Charlize Theron. I couldn't tell. This is Mr. Red. Mr. Red is sold. And I just wanted to kind of, before I bag these guys up, I kind of want to give you guys an opportunity to kind of see these guys. It's hard to tell in the photographs. You can see how big these guys are and what's going on here with these guys. So when I make them 3-dimensional in the videos, it's a little bit easier. Mr. Red started off life as a 27-inch ventriloquist doll. I think he was Groucho Marx. And these are all resculpted. So the clay goes over the face. Sometimes teeth are inserted, sometimes eyes are inserted. In Mr. Red's case, these are acrylic teeth that were inserted. So he still looks like a ventriloquist puppet, but he's not going to be able to talk much. The eyes painted, clothed, aged. He's a hoot. I love Mr. Red. So Mr. Red is off to his new family. And then we have, she's actually wrapped up, ready to go here. This is Lulu. Lulu is lucky enough to go with the same parent. She's going off with Mr. Red. They're going to live with the same parent. They got adopted together. Lulu is one of my best paint jobs. She's a little bit more recent. Some of these dolls I've done a few years ago. Some of these dolls I'm doing this week. She's a little bit newer. I think I did her in the last year. And the paint job on her, I know this lighting's really bad, but she's one of my best paint jobs. Lulu started off life as a Willy Talk ventriloquist puppet too. She's pretty big there. She's up to 2 feet. And I mean, I spare no attention to detail when you lift up their little dresses. Have the little undies on, everything's aged. Everything is made to look like you took it out of your grandma's attic. Very dead silence, Mary Shelley. So she is ready to go to her new owner too. We have a lot of stuff coming up this summer. I'm so excited, you guys. I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years now, the sculpting and the doll part, but the business part of it's just new in the last month. In fact, I've only been, the Instagram has been all renovated now in the last 3 weeks, and I can't thank you guys enough for your response. It's overwhelming how you guys are loving these dolls, and I'm so excited. That's it for me today. Thanks again, Amy, for my cup. Thank you, Deathless Tees, for my shirt, and stay twisted.